Oh my goodness. Yay. Okay. You guys, welcome. My name is Kayla Grace Talbot. I feel kind of funny because I'm like actually holding my phone up and trying to do it far enough away to where I don't look super weird, but it's just not going to work. So we are so excited to have you all here tonight to just be able to share a little bit about a new product that we have now with Q Sciences called Terpenes. I think that all of us can agree that we are not experts in all of the like facts about this particular product, but we want to be able to share with people how it makes us feel in our different actual real life personal testimonies using this product as we've gotten it in the last few weeks. And so I'm going to start off and then I'm going to have a few friends share their personal experiences with the different terpenes that we have. We currently have two different kinds. I have them like with me. I feel like such a nerd, but we have chill and we have comfort. And so a couple of different people will share on chill and a couple will share on comfort. Whenever we were at convention back in September, I was so nervous because y'all, I love people, but that was a lot of people. And I live in a town of like 1,100 people. And we were going to be with probably close to 3,000, I think is how many people were going to be at convention. And that was just for our group, our Q Sciences group. That wasn't even just like the city of Dallas, where there's just thousands of people everywhere. Whenever I go to a city that is not anywhere remotely close to what my small town is like, I feel really intense. I have like a really fast heart rate. I sometimes will be so exhausted by just the energy and the amount of people and the interactions that you have just while I'm there, that it makes it very hard for me to enjoy my time. It just makes it really hard for me to actually be calm and be who I am, which is a calm person who loves to meet new people, who loves to experience new things, and who likes to learn in those kinds of atmospheres. And so I've never had an experience like I had this time. We were able to try terpenes before they even launched them, which I thought was so amazing. And the very first one that I got was chill. And chill is for all the good vibes. It is one of those things that I honestly, when I first got the package and read it, I was like, there's no way this is actually going to help me. Like, I really doubted it. And I remember it was like the first day of convention. I think it was when we were going into one of our very first times learning. It was like a 9 to 5 day where we were going to be sitting in a chair, listening to people talk all day with hundreds of people around us. And I just remember trying chill for the first time and then like reflecting back on my day and realizing how calm I felt the entire time and how I actually was enjoying being around all of those people. I wasn't feeling like I normally do, which is very tense and stressed and like exhausted. I was actually having fun, enjoying the moment, and I was just able to be myself and not really have any worries or stresses. So it was just really cool for me. I'll share more at the end of the call when we wrap up, but I just wanted to invite my next friend on, Shauna, and she's going to share a little bit about Comfort, which is our other terpene elixir, and then we'll hear from a couple others.
Okay, I'm really excited to share my testimony with you guys. When these products came out, I didn't expect to love them so much. Obviously, people are skeptical of new things. They're really good, you guys. So the morning we were leaving for convention, I woke up and I seriously felt like my head was going to explode. Drove to the airport, just was not feeling great. When we got to the airport, I was still in pain, so I lay down and I took a nap. I was with my friends, Katie and Kelsey, while we were waiting for a flight. And when I woke up to board the plane, I stood up, I just felt that like throbbing feeling again. And my friend Kelsey had offered a bottle of the terpenes for me to try. She had the Comfort, which I was not able to try at convention. So I was super excited to try it, especially because I was hoping it would help me. So I took a dropper of it, and I swear to you, like just the immediate like sense of relief like washed over my body, and it helped the pain so much. Like I said, I didn't expect it to work as quickly as it did, but I was super impressed by it, and I cannot wait to get mine because I know I'm going to live off of it.
Thank you, Shauna. And I know that there were a couple other people who wanted to share about chill or comfort. Whoever wants to go next can just unmute and go ahead and share their story.
Okay, I can share. I'm sharing about comfort too. Totally different thing. The really cool thing about these is that they're good for so many different areas. Like what you can use them for just varies so much, which is so awesome. So I have always kind of had digestive issues where if I eat something that I probably shouldn't eat, like, greasy food, pizza, I just get like the worst stomach pain. And we are pretty holistic. So I'm not one to like just take medicine for that type of thing. So I used to use other natural things and they worked, but it always took a little while after trying for them to actually like really set in. So anyways, the other day I was eating pizza and I definitely ate too much and I came home and I just felt really awful. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try the comfort terpenes just to see if they help with this. I know they're like for any type of discomfort. So I took a dropper full, you just like drop them under your tongue, and within 5 minutes, I felt like back to normal. Like I did not feel sick at all. And it was really amazing. So it's like my go-to now. Anytime I eat something, it's like kind of bad because it's like, oh, I can eat something and then I can just take my comfort terpenes. But seriously, it helped a ton. So I'm really excited because, like I said, other things would take a while and I would have to sit there and be kind of like blah for a while, but this helped so quick.
I love that too, because what it shows you is these are not necessarily things that you have to use every single day. These products are more used as needed. So you can just add them to your toolkit of things you already have. I love that about it because I can get a bottle and just kind of keep it around for these times that arise, because you may not have that same stomach stuff going on every single day or the same throbbing head situation. And I may not always be in a room with 3,000 people stressed out. So it's just as needed. And so that makes it really, I feel like it's just sustainable because it lasts a little bit longer when you do get it for the first time. Mary, I would love for you to share your story. Come on, girl.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure because I like hopped on and I just wanted to like listen to everybody else. And I was like, I don't know if this is like scheduled, and I didn't ask like beforehand. So cool. So yeah, I actually just tried, I have a testimony on both of them. I'll be quick. But I just tried Chill finally 2 nights ago. And we live in a very, very crazy soccer season right now. So I literally feel like I'm living in my car. And sometimes that can get a little stressful. You're like, I just wanted to make that Zoom call or whatever, you know what I mean? So the other night I have a 16-year-old and a 13-year-old. They're both boys. My 16-year-old loves to like just really drive my patience. And so he was taking forever in the shower and all mama wanted to do was go to bed. And so I'm like, you know what? This is a perfect time to try some Chill and see like how fast it helps me just calm my nerves. You guys, I was blown away. Like, okay, so normally in situations like that, I will go for my hemp, right? My hemp fuse, and I'll just like, just take some hemp, everything's gonna be fine. It was like 5 minutes. I was like watching the clock. I felt my heart rate come down, and I literally was just on the couch, opened up a book. I don't even know. I think the kid got away with like a 25-minute shower. But I was blown away. And I told my husband the next day, I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, babe, I'm like, you need to use this. Cause so he's like he's a veteran, and so he definitely can kind of like try and put down the hammer sometimes. And I'm like, you gotta calm down a little bit. So luckily I did like the 3 for 2 pack or whatever. And I'm like, you need to like have this in your car. And the really cool thing that I love about it is that now I don't mind the THC, but he can't have that for his work. So for him to be like, that was his first question. He was like, babe, does it have THC? And I'm like, no, you're totally fine. So he is pretty stoked about it, but I couldn't believe it, you guys. 5 minutes. And I was just like, didn't even care how long he was in the shower. So that's awesome. And then today I actually forgot we were even doing this call, and I started my cycle. And so the first day is like, I don't know how to make it better, but it's torture. I'm very, very bloated and I'm crampy. And so I tried the Renew like on my back for lower back pain. And then I don't know, something literally just told me, girl, go try the Comfort. Like just try it and see. Try the Comfort. Again, watch the clock. And it was 11 minutes later. I literally felt the swelling in my stomach go down. And the cramp, like the pulsating cramps that gone. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell every woman in my life about this. Like I'm just shocked again at like how fast it works. And these are things like that I have to deal with monthly, you know, stress with teenagers and my cycle. So I was like, to know that I have 2 amazing natural products that I can turn to now every month, like I'm stoked.
Mary, I love it so much. And you touched on things that I feel like are so relatable. And honestly, a lot of people I've talked to as well have been excited about something that can work so efficiently and not have THC or not have to, you just don't have to worry about that. And so there's just so many people out there that I know would love to have that option. And now we have it. And it's just really cool. So I just love hearing that for you, that you're feeling a little bit better. And thank you for sharing that. I love when you tell your stories. It's so freaking cool. Hannah, did you want to share a story? Do you have any?
Yeah. Yes, I do have one. Do you have time?
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this one's actually about my husband, kind of saying what you guys were saying, not being able to have THC. He worked in the oil field. And so he is always very careful about hemp and anything with THC in it. Also, he has a pretty colorful past with things. And so he is very sensitive now to anything like that could be a little bit more like he doesn't want to ever feel like he's not in control of his body, if that makes any sense. And so any holistic things that I've ever done, he's always like, is it going to make me feel weird? Like he's always super careful about all of that. But he's also not a great sleeper. He does not sleep soundly. He doesn't like, his eyes will be closed, but he will not get restful sleep. And so I have always been trying to find different things. I, of course, mentioned the hemp, but he tried it one time and it's almost like it works too well to the point where it makes him feel a little bit strange. And I've heard that other people have kind of weird effects like that too, where it's just like, it's a little much. So I started telling him about terpenes when it came out. And he said, now that is something I would love to try since it's not hemp. But maybe it will help me with sleeping. So we got the Chill and Comfort. And the first week we had it, it was after a week where he literally wasn't sleeping. He just started working out again. And it was almost like it was making his sleep pattern worse because he was so hyped up during the day. And then it's like he couldn't come down and just get restful sleep. He started taking the Chill, just a whole dropper, I guess what you would say. And he didn't even realize that he was sleeping really good after like 3 days. And he looked at me and he was like, I've actually been dreaming. He's like, this is weird. I don't dream because I don't sleep very well. And I'm like, really? I'm like, what have you been doing different? And he said, I've been taking that terpene stuff that you gave me. And so he said, I think that's really been helping. And then he tried so he did a whole week of that and the best sleep, restful sleep, because he would wake up the next morning and felt like he actually slept 6 to 7 hours of sleep and didn't feel like he, was awake with his eyes closed, is how he would explain it to me. And he actually had dreams. And so that was just really cool because after doing that for a week and having good sleep, he forgot to take some Chill 2 nights in a row. And he's like, yep, it's definitely Chill because I didn't sleep very good those other days. So that was a really cool story for me as a wife to be able to see like him coming up to me and be like, hey, this actually does work. Because I've been really trying to help him have something to help him with that because he works really hard during the days and during the daytime. And that just always broke my heart that he would wake up not rested. And we have 3 children, so we're busy as heck. So you need restful sleep when you're chasing around 3 kids. So that's my testimony. And yeah.
That is amazing. And I'm so happy that your husband is sleeping. Oh my gosh. I can only imagine not being able to sleep, especially with all that I know you guys have going on. So thank you for sharing that. And y'all, it's just really cool to me, the wide range of experiences that people have had and what these have been helpful for. Did anyone else have another testimony they would really want to share, like burning desire testimony? I would love to hear.
I have one, Kayla.
Let's go, Mal.
So mine is pretty similar to, like, my personal testimonies are pretty similar to what everyone else has said about, I actually had a stomach ache one night and I remembered Haley sharing it on her story. And so I took comfort, and it literally was like immediate that my stomach stopped hurting. And so, but the one that I wanted to share the most is about my kiddos. So Maddie and Deacon, at night, they can become very emotional children, where it's not even that they're avoiding sleep. It's just that whatever they are feeling, it's very extreme. So some nights that's not necessarily a good thing. Sometimes, like, Deacon was screaming, crying the other night because the fair was gone, and it had been like 2 weeks since we had been, but he was just in his feels. But I was just like, those nights are hard only because, like, they go to bed not fully okay, even though, like, we know it's not a big deal. But they're little, they don't understand, like, why they have so many emotions. So anyways, I gave him Chill, and Steven's the one who goes and lays with Maddie and Deacon at night. And he said, like, he has been going to sleep like so quick the nights that I've had to give it to him. It really does help him just like rest his little mind and get comfortable. And Maddie the other day, she woke up not feeling well, and she couldn't really target like what was hurting. She just kind of said like my head, my back. So I gave her comfort, and she slept so good, like really the whole day. She just rested, and I gave her just half a dropper throughout that day. And she woke up the next day like a completely new child. So anyways, those are my two, like the Chill for when they just have big emotions, and then comfort because they can't really say, I have a headache or my back hurts. Like they can, but they can't. So anyways, those were my two stories of like it being beneficial to my kiddos. And it's so easy, right? Just put it under their tongue, and they get the relief and the help that they need. So yeah, those are my stories of, I think it's really cool that my kids are benefiting from it. And the fact that, not that I'm against giving my kids the hemp, but I know some parents are very kind of iffy about that. And so it's just helpful that we can even say like, have these in your toolbox, for when your kids have big emotions and they don't really know why they feel the way they do, because that's quite normal more times than not. So anyways, that was my story.
Oh my gosh. I swear I feel like such a nerd, but I get super like teary-eyed when I think about my friends and y'all and your kids actually feeling good and being able to just find solutions for everyday things that we go through. So thank you for sharing that, Mallory. It's so cool too, because you see such a wide range of like children all the way through adults. And I'll share my last two things I was going to say. My husband and I own a gym, and we live in a small town, and I ended up purchasing a ton of full bottles of terpenes just to be able to give out to people to try in my community, so that I could really get like real people testimonials of my local friends here and gym members at our business. And I have given out so many bottles of Chill. It is crazy. Anytime someone comes in here and tells me that they're dealing with high stress, or they're not having an easy time like regulating their emotions or anything like that, I'm just like, here, try this and see what happens. And every single time they text me the next day and say, I used that stuff you gave me and I didn't love the taste, but I felt it immediately. Most people have said they either really love the taste, they really don't love the taste. So that's something to mention. You'll just either like it or not, I think. And if you love the benefit of it, that is the thing that matters, right? Like if you can feel, like one of my members was telling me that, you know, she works at one of the busiest restaurants in town, and she is like, she's such a good waitress, but it gets so crazy. And she said that she was floating around work on the busiest day, like she was on a cloud, and her boss was like, "What is wrong with you?" Not in a bad way, but in a good way. And so that is something that I think is so powerful and so cool that other people noticed it for her. She also was able to give some to her mom, who had just lost her sister and was feeling overwhelmed and just not super great, and just nervous about the funeral and all of the different things. And she said that her mom took the bottle and put it on her nightstand and called it her chill and would not give it back. And then I have another girl who I got the chill for her and comfort for her mom, who is in her, I want to say like late 60s or 70s, who just had a hip replacement, and she just had surgery this week and has been struggling to sleep because of how uncomfortable she is from her surgery. And I gave her the comfort yesterday, and she said that she was able to try it and felt the relief immediately, which was huge because she was having a hard time getting comfortable, sleeping, all the things. So these are just some really cool stories. I don't know if anyone else has something they want to share, but that was where I was going to wrap it up. So I'm so thankful that you guys all came, and whoever sent you this or brought you to this call, you will want to follow up with them and connect with them about trying terpenes yourself. I know that whether you try chill or comfort for the first time, you're going to just love it. And we just can't wait to hear your stories on the other side. Thank you so much for coming, and have a good night.
Kayla.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, I was just going to give some pointers on the taste situation. So it's really strange because sometimes I like the taste, and then there's sometimes like it's not very good. And so what I've noticed is if I drink something before, like, I don't know, like even if it's just like one of my hydrates or my Q Sport, and then I take it, it almost just like a lot of flavors combined with the terpenes is a lot. So I would highly recommend, like, if you know you're feeling overwhelmed, like I wouldn't like drink something super sweet and then take the chill. But also the comfort is not as bad if you take it like on its own and not like while you're drinking something, or like after you brush your teeth. Like anything that's an added flavor too when you're doing it, it really does taste so different when it's not. Because I truly like the taste of both of them if I haven't had anything in addition, if that makes sense. So it's just kind of, those are some, and also make sure you shake it before, not aggressively, just kind of give it a good shake, especially the comfort. So those are my tips.
Thank you. That's perfect. I feel like people need to know that because it is so true. When you brush your teeth and then you take something like that, it is just not good. Like, we're glad you're brushing your teeth, but be more strategic about your time, people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else have something else they want to say, or can we close and we'll see you guys next Thursday for our next one?
Thank you so much, Kayla.
Yay. Thank you guys. We'll see you next Thursday.